In the 19th century, people believed in demons, witches, vampires, and werewolves. Letters on Demonology and Witchcraft is a series of letters penned by Sir Walter Scott in 1830, addressed to his son-in-law J.G. Lockhart, Esquire. This work came at a time when Europe was transitioning from a period of intense superstition into an age of enlightenment, where science and reason began to prevail over folklore and fear of the supernatural. Scott, a prominent literary figure known for his novels and poems, took an antiquarian interest in the subject, exploring the cultural and historical contexts of demonology and witchcraft. His letters offer not only a reflection on the beliefs and practices of bygone eras, but also a commentary on the human propensity to find explanations for the inexplicable. Sir Walter Scott, born on August 15, 1771 in Edinburgh, was a towering figure in the literary canon, particularly known for his contributions to the historical novel genre. His fascination with history and Scottish lore was not confined to the romanticized narratives of his famous works like Ivanhoe and Rob Roy. It also extended into the realm of the supernatural and the occult. The cultural heritage that so richly informed Scott's fiction provided a natural segue into his exploration of the darker aspects of folklore in Letters on Demonology and Witchcraft. Towards the end of his career, Scott's life, which was characterized by a tenacious pursuit of literary endeavors, despite personal difficulties and health issues, culminated in this reflective work. Following a financial crisis that could have destroyed lesser men, Scott instead worked assiduously to pay off his debts, writing his way out of financial ruin. His determination and scholarly approach can be seen in the meticulous historical details of Letters on Demonology and Witchcraft. The work, written just 2 years before his death in 1832, is testament to Scott's enduring intellectual curiosity and his commitment to rational inquiry into subjects that had long been shrouded in myth and mystery. Letters on Demonology and Witchcraft comprises 10 letters that delve into various aspects of the supernatural, as perceived during the times when such beliefs were rampant. Scott investigates the origin and history of demonology, witchcraft trials, fairy folklore, and spectral apparitions, among other topics. He approaches the subject with a rational perspective, often critiquing the superstitions and the social and judicial systems that allowed for the persecution of alleged witches and sorcerers. He explores how beliefs in demons, witchcraft, magic, and sorcery evolved in different cultures over time. Though a work of non-fiction, Scott's colorful descriptions and storytelling style make the letters entertaining and accessible. Letter 1, Scott sets the stage with an overview of the belief in supernatural creatures and witchcraft, tracing its roots from the classical period through the Middle Ages. He discusses how these beliefs were interwoven with religion and law. Scott discusses various classes of demons and spirits in ancient Egyptian, Roman, and Norse mythologies. Letter 2. The focus shifts to the early modern witch trials in Europe, with a specific look at the infamous trials in North Berwick, Scotland. Scott recounts the confessions and the often barbaric means used to extract them. Letter 3. This letter addresses the witch trials in England and the role of individuals such as Matthew Hopkins, the self-styled witch-finder general. Scott analyzes the social dynamics that contributed to the witch-hunting craze. Scott describes the classifications of demons proposed by King James in his book Demonology. Letter 4. Scott examines the practices of witchcraft and the supposed powers of witches, debunking many of the myths by suggesting rational explanations for phenomena attributed to witchcraft. Scott discusses how witch hunts declined as religious fervor lessened and enlightenment ideals took hold. Letter 5. The topic of fairies and their lore is explored, with Scott revealing how fairy mythology was often tied to ancient religious beliefs and how these tales reflected societal values. He covers magical practices aside from witchcraft like necromancy, sorcery, and alchemy. Scott also analyzes the psychology behind those convinced of magical powers. Letter 6 examines ghost stories and haunted places. Scott weighs explanations like optical illusions against sincere belief in supernatural encounters. Letter 7, Scott addresses the belief in werewolves and vampires, exploring their origins in folklore and how these myths were used to explain violent or antisocial behavior. Letter 8 focuses on demonology and descriptions of demons in literature like Paradise Lost, The Fairy Queen, and witch trial records. Letter 9. The penultimate letter discusses the devil's role in demonological lore, the pact with the devil motif, and how authorities have used this to justify persecutions. Letter 10. In the final letter, Scott offers his reflections on the decline of the belief in witchcraft and demonology, attributing this change to the rise of critical inquiry and scientific understanding. Scott's letters on demonology and witchcraft serves as an early skeptical treatise on the subject, predating more scientific approaches to understanding paranormal phenomena. His analysis is grounded in historical context, providing insights into the cultural and psychological factors that fueled the witch craze. Scott's work is notable for its criticism of the judicial processes that led to the execution of many innocent people, and for its exploration of how power structures exploited superstition for control and suppression. Scott adopts an anthropological lens, avoiding judgment while examining the complex social and psychological factors that created a widespread belief in demons and witchcraft. Though a man of his era, Scott approaches the topics empirically. He acts as a neutral observer, tracing the development of supernatural beliefs through the progression of history and literature. Scott's letters showcase his extensive knowledge of folklore, religious history, and occult mysticism. Though written in an era before sociology or psychology were formalized, Scott possessed a fundamental understanding of how collective fears and biases towards outsiders fueled episodes of mass hysteria like the witch hunts. Scott's letters on demonology and witchcraft was one of the most in-depth overviews of witchcraft and folk magic published in the early 19th century. The book helped inform scholarly analysis on the social dynamics and mass psychology behind phenomena like the witch craze. Scott's empirical, non-judgmental approach would prove influential in transitioning study of witchcraft from theology to social science. The letters had a significant impact on Victorian attitudes towards the supernatural. They contributed to the growing skepticism of the era and helped to demystify long-held beliefs in the paranormal. The work influenced contemporary and later writers, including Charles Dickens and Nathaniel Hawthorne, who also grappled with themes of the supernatural in their own works. Sir Walter Scott's letters on demonology and witchcraft remains a compelling historical document that offers a window into the mindset of an era transitioning from superstition to reason. While the letters serve as a critique of past beliefs and practices, they also underscore the timeless human fascination with the unknown. Scott's rational approach to demonology and witchcraft provides a foundation for understanding how such beliefs could dominate societies and a reminder of the importance of critical thinking in the face of unexplained phenomena. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. This will allow us to make more videos.